courtroom that morning felt colder than usual. Not because of the air conditioning, but because of the silence. It wasn't peace. It was pressure. At the bench sat Judge Raymond, a man whose gray hair gave him authority, and whose eyes gave away something colder. The kind of man who believed respect was owed, not earned. Across the room stood Anthony Miles, a defense attorney in his early 30s, calm, composed, and clearly outnumbered. His suit wasn't expensive, but his confidence was. When Judge Raymond leaned forward and said, "Mr. Miles, you're out of order. Bailiff, arrest this man for contempt," every head in the room snapped toward him. Anthony didn't flinch. He simply stood there, still, unblinking, holding on to something bigger than fear. And that was the moment everyone realized something powerful was about to unfold. 2 weeks earlier, Anthony had taken a case no one else wanted. His client, Terrence Coleman, was a 26-year-old mechanic accused of stealing a customer's luxury car, the same car he'd been repairing. The evidence was thin, but the bias was thick. The police report said Terrence matched the description. That was it. Just black male, mid-20s. Anthony had seen this before, how the system could turn color into a crime. Still, he didn't take cases for sympathy. He took them for truth. He prepared every detail. Security footage, timestamps, customer receipts, all ready. But from the moment he stepped into court, he could feel the storm brewing. The prosecutor smirked at him like he'd already lost. The jury shifted uncomfortably when he spoke. And the judge barely looked at him. "Proceed, Mr. Miles," Judge Raymond said, his tone clipped, impatient. Anthony nodded, calm as ever. He'd faced worse than arrogance, but he'd never face it in silence. Over the next few days, Anthony fought an uphill battle. Every objection he raised was overruled before he could finish his sentence. Every motion denied without explanation. And when the prosecutor made an offhand remark about lawyers who like to play the race card, the judge said nothing. Anthony stayed professional. He didn't snap, didn't argue. He simply adjusted his tie and continued presenting the truth, piece by piece, with patience sharper than anger. Until the third day. That's when everything broke open. Anthony called Terrence to the stand and played the security footage, the one proving Terrence didn't steal the car. The video showed Terrence unlocking the garage at 8:42 p.m., signing the repair log, and leaving just before 9 o'clock. No theft, no crime, just work. But before the clip could finish, Judge Raymond slammed his gavel. "Turn that off. That video is inadmissible." Anthony blinked. "Your Honor, it was submitted last week, under Exhibit B. Are you questioning this court, Mr. Miles?" Every word dripped with ego. The courtroom froze. Anthony straightened his back. "No, Your Honor. I'm questioning why the truth is being silenced." Gasped. The judge's face darkened. "Bailiff, remove him. He's in contempt." The sound of handcuffs echoed louder than the gavel ever had. Reporters scribbled. Jurors stared. As Anthony was led away, he glanced once at Terrence and said quietly, "Don't lose faith. The truth always finds a way." That line stayed with everyone in that courtroom long after the doors closed behind him. By nightfall, the news had already spread. Headlines flashed across local channels. Defense attorney arrested in courtroom clash. Judge orders contempt arrest during trial. But the clip, the moment Anthony stood his ground, was caught by a journalist's phone camera. Within hours, it went viral. Community leaders spoke out. Legal experts questioned the judge's integrity. By morning, the state attorney's office had ordered an emergency review of the case. When court resumed, the room wasn't the same. Television crews lined the back. The once untouchable judge now looked pale under the camera lights. The review panel played the same security footage the judge had silenced, and the truth unfolded for everyone to see. Terrence was innocent. The car owner had confirmed it. And worse, a recording from the courtroom's side microphone caught the judge muttering earlier, "These young black men need to learn some respect." The silence that followed was heavier than any verdict. Every person in that courtroom felt the weight of what had just been revealed. Judge Raymond lowered his gaze. His authority crumbled in seconds. Sometimes justice doesn't need words. It just needs light. The contempt charge against Anthony was thrown out. Terrence's case was dismissed immediately. And within a week, Judge Raymond was suspended pending investigation. When Anthony walked out of the courthouse, the crowd outside cheered. Not for revenge, but for courage. Reporters rushed in, microphones ready. Anthony raised his hand gently. Justice isn't about who wins or loses, he said. It's about truth. And truth doesn't belong to a courtroom. It belongs to everyone. Terrence hugged him tight, tears streaming down his face. You didn't just save me, sir. You showed them what real justice looks like. That night, Anthony sat alone in his office. He opened his worn leather notebook, the one he used after every case, and wrote, "Sometimes the system forgets its purpose, until someone reminds it." He looked out the window. The courthouse lights flickered in the distance. The flag outside swayed in the night breeze, imperfect but enduring. And as the city quieted down, one truth stood steady in his mind. When truth stands tall, even power must bow.